Okay, so we've all been there, right? At the self-checkout, scanning our stuff, probably not giving it a second thought. But what if I told you that for some people, that screen isn't an interface at all? What if it's a hidden landscape, a whole territory they have to map out just by touch? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on this secret world of problem solving that's happening right in front of us.
So let's kick things off with a little riddle. When is a screen not really a screen? I mean, we're staring at them all day long, but when does it stop being just a simple, flat piece of glass and turn into something else entirely?
Well, here's the answer. It's when you can't actually see it. For someone with low vision, that screen is basically an unknown territory. It's a physical landscape that they have to explore and map out completely by touch. And believe it or not, that's the reality of using a self-checkout for them every single day.
And that brings us right to our first big topic. For most of us, these machines are just a convenience, right? A way to get in and out of the store faster. But for a whole lot of people, they're a huge and often totally invisible obstacle course right in the middle of a simple task like buying groceries. This quote just hits it perfectly. It completely reframes the whole experience. We're not just talking about tapping buttons on a screen. No, it's about physically exploring a space. It's like a mini orienteering course, all to do something as simple as buying a carton of milk. It's wild when you think about it that way. So let's be really clear about something here. The problem isn't the person. It's not a user limitation. It's a design limitation, period. When we build technology without thinking about, the full range of people who are going to use it, we're the ones creating the barriers. We're building walls where there should be doors. So the big question is, how do people actually do this? Well, it's this incredible mental workout. They literally have to build a complete map of the entire machine from scratch inside their own head. And this breaks down that process so well. Think about it. Step one is just finding the shoreline, the physical edges of the whole unit. From there, they have to locate the key landmarks like the scanner and the card reader, all by feel. And only after all of that can they start the really tough part, systematically exploring the screen, literally tapping grid by grid just to figure out where everything is. I mean, what we're really looking at here is so much more than just a simple transaction. This is a feat of real-time problem solving. It's spatial reasoning on the fly. It's really just an amazing testament to human ingenuity when you're faced with a world that, frankly, wasn't designed with you in mind.
So let's get into the specifics. How do they do it? Well, because accessible design is often missing, users have had to create their own incredible toolkits. We're talking about all the workarounds and hacks that people come up with just to get by in our modern world.
And just look at this toolkit they've built. It's this amazing mix of physical and mental tricks. You've got systematic tapping to learn the screen layout, listening really carefully for any beeps or sounds from the machine, even building up a muscle memory for where that Pay Now button probably is. They'll use physical seams on the machine as guides, or even whip out their phone and use its accessibility features to read the screen out loud. It's just so resourceful. And this whole user-developed toolkit, it brings us to a really powerful idea, kind of the core concept for today. It's called the new memo. And it's basically all the unwritten rules and strategies that people are forced to create for themselves when the official instructions just don't work for them.
Wow, okay, this slide just lays it out so clearly. Look at this. On the left, you have the designer's instructions. Simple, right? A straight line. But on the right, that's the user's actual instructions. It's this complex maze they had to invent themselves. That massive gap between the two, that's the accessibility gap right there.
So this is where we get the term new memo, which actually comes from the Korean say memo. It's such a perfect way to describe this unwritten, user-created instruction manual. It's the set of rules you have to write for yourself when the official ones are basically useless to you. And this is maybe the most important point. The fact that a new memo even exists. I mean, yes, it's a sign of incredible user creativity, for sure. But more than that, it's a giant flashing red light signaling a failure in design. It's like a patch the user had to sew onto a product because the designer left a huge hole in it. Okay, so where does that leave us? What's the path forward? We have to get past just admiring these clever hacks and actually start building a world where they're not needed in the first place. It's really time to design a better map for everyone.
At the end of the day, the goal is pretty simple. We need to design systems that are so intuitive, so accessible from the get-go, that nobody has to create their own secret instruction manual just to do basic, everyday things. And that's exactly what inclusive design is all about.
It's about thinking about everybody's needs right from the very beginning. So instead of just one rigid way to do something, you offer multiple paths, maybe voice commands, maybe real tactile buttons, or a simple high-contrast screen. It's all about building accessibility in from the start, not just trying to tack it on as an afterthought.
And, this is so much bigger than just self-checkouts. Of course it is. This is a lesson for every single app we build, every website we design, every physical space we create. This is about a fundamental choice we make about how we want to build the world we all share. So I want to leave you with this thought. Now that you know about this idea of the new memo, I want you to look around. What other new memos do you see out there in the world? What are the other unwritten rules that people have to create every single day just to navigate systems that weren't built for them? It's a really powerful way to see the world, and I promise, once you start looking for it, you'll start seeing it absolutely everywhere.